It's difficult to have one hero. I've got a number of entrepreneurial heroes. I guess because I've been involved with this company, Cheapflights.co.uk, for many, many years. I guess my biggest entrepreneurial hero is a guy called Herb Kelleher, who started Southwest Airlines and invented the low-cost airline model. Because I think what he did was revolutionize pricing for airlines and made pricing much, much more competitive, and really opened up flying to a whole new category of passengers. And of course, Cheapflights.co.uk has been a big beneficiary of that. And Southwest Airlines today is the most valuable airline in the world, and has been, to date, the most profitable airline there's ever been. So I think Herb Kelleher is probably my number one choice. But I would also put right at the top of my rankings James Dyson, for the simple reason, isn't it fantastic that a British engineer can produce such wonderful products which have been so helpful to so many people, and also succeed in, as I mentioned before, the famously difficult American market. And he's done it big time. So I think, and it's great to see a British businessman doing well globally. So I'm a great admirer of what he's done and how he runs his business. I think the excitement and the challenge of starting and running my own business. I have worked in other organisations for quite a long time. I spent several years as a management consultant, and then I worked as a senior executive in a very large British PLC. And there came a stage in my life when I thought I should try it. I shouldn't just be working for other people. I should see whether I could actually do this thing called business myself. And I came across what I thought was an interesting business idea, wrote a business plan, and managed to raise some capital. And that was back in 1989, so 20 years ago. I first became an entrepreneur, and I've never regretted it. The biggest challenge for a small company is really getting through the early stages. It's very, very tough. I wouldn't underestimate how difficult it is to get from the very, very early stage, from the sort of £1 million turnover to being a larger company, and making that shift from being an early stage company into having an organisation and systems and proper accounts and all the rest of it. It's quite tricky, and many small businesses get stuck at that very early level. And I think the most difficult challenge is recruiting and growing and developing it onto the next stage. I think probably the greatest achievement I've had in business is successfully leading Cheapflights from the UK into an international business. It was not something I did alone. Colleagues were incredibly helpful in doing that. But at the end of the day, I was the chief executive, so the responsibility begun and ended with me, and it could have been a disaster. But we launched in the United States. We have a large and growing business, Cheapflights.com, based in Boston. And I believe that we are the first London headquartered internet business to have a successful operation in North America. And obviously, North America is home for most of the world's great internet businesses. And it's fantastic that that a London company has succeeded over there. So I'm very, very proud of what Cheapflights has achieved in North America. You can have the best business idea in the world, but if you've got the wrong team, it really is a non-starter. I mean, people really are everything. I know it sounds like a cliche, but if you've got the right team and you hire the right people, things can really happen. And the opposite is true. If you hire badly, then that can destroy even the best business. So probably the best business advice I've ever been given is hire for where you want to be, not for where you are now. I actually launched my first entrepreneurial business, which was a nursery school chain in the last recession. So I'm old enough that I can remember very clearly what the last UK recession was like, the one in the early 90s. And there's a lot to be said for starting in very harsh conditions, because if you can survive in harsh conditions, then you're going to be doing very, very well in the good times. And there are a number of good things about starting in a difficult climate. Number one is it's easier to hire, for obvious reasons. The second is there's less likely to be competition. And if you've got the guts and the drive to start something, it's much less likely in a difficult period that people are going to compete with you, or that people can raise the finance to compete with you. So in many ways, it is an easier time, and a good business idea should work well whether the economy is doing well or badly. And the trick is to find something that is not affected by economic conditions, but is intrinsically a good business in itself.